Well, hey, and welcome to another episode of Beatles Dustino coming at you today with yet another video. Promise video, been building to it the last few Saturdays. I've been saying, of course, excited about the Mind Games Ultimate Mix Collection coming out. Was talking about this last Saturday, and I did hint at I've got a fun little thing going on where I'm going to compare this to its kind of rivals from the other Beatles that were out in the similar time to when this came out. So we're going to have a little head-to-head competition today of the Ultimate Mix versus the Archive Collection, I guess versus George Harrison's 50th Anniversary Collection. I guess if that's what we're calling it. I guess he doesn't have a real title for that. But before we do get started with that, I do want to once again thank all my subscribers and thanks to any new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And do hit the notification bell so you know when I got new videos coming out. Also, please give the video a like. It really does help out the channel. And do leave a comment. I love having a discussion with everybody. But let's get on with this next episode of Beatles Dustino and this first episode of Which One Will Win? So yeah, I'm getting pretty excited for Mind Games coming out in July. The big Ultimate Mix, Ultimate Collection, Super Deluxe box set. I think I'm hearing it's 6 CDs and 2 Blu-rays, 8 discs altogether. There we go. And so it'll be pretty similar to the All Things Must Pass box set. Or they both kind of got the green outdoorsy cover. I think that's why I always get them mixed up. They were also the equivalent's first solo albums, I guess, so non-experimental or live, I guess, in John's case. And I always get the two mixed up. But Plastic Ono Band, the Ultimate Mix. So very similar so far, it seems like in specs. I think it's going to be pretty laid out like this. So I thought it would be fun to kind of compare, seeing as 3 of the 4 Beatles have kind of had some Super Deluxe sets out, and kind of compare what each one is, kind of how they're ranking amongst one another. So I developed a little ranking system, and I'll kind of go through how I'm going to rank this out first, kind of lay out the ground rules. So I'm going to kind of look at the media, so the album itself and any of the bonus materials and stuff, kind of rank that, and I'm doing a loose rank on this. I'm not going to do, I've been working on the Beatles Dustino score for album reviews. I am going to obviously rank the album in this, but it's going to be a very loose rank on that. It's just going to be kind of where I put it, and I'm going to give it a rank out of 10. So that'll be the first 10 points at least in it. The next I'll do the audio extras, so any, the bonus material, the sessions, the outtakes, the other remixed versions, so forth and so on. Where does that rank also out of 10? So there we got possible 20 points. Then I'm also going to give a little rank to the book that comes with it. Again, very loose, more just what I feel, kind of the materials of the book, the niceness of it, kind of information you got in there too. So that'll be ranked out of 5. So we got 25 points so far. And then also the Blu-ray or DVD audio or video, kind of giving a little rank to what you got with that. As this kind of really varies amongst each, I didn't want to give a full 10 points to that, so we're going to get another 5 for that. So total for the media will end up being about 30 points. Next, I'll do kind of the packaging, the box itself, and what all you got. Just the design of it, the quality, feel of it, and all. I'm going to give 5 points to that. And then we're going to give 5 points also to any of the extras you got with it. So kind of the bits and bobs. I've kind of written down too, calling it. So all the little posters and postcards and plectrums and stuff like that you get with it. We're going to give that another 5 points. So there's another 10 for the media. So for 40 altogether. And I'm going to kind of throw in the value of what I feel the value is on it. And that'll be another 5 points. So that's kind of including the media in there too. So yeah, another 5 points on that. And then this one's kind of like a bonus one, but I'm still going to kind of keep it in the main one. But it's very subjective on this one. But it doesn't feel special, is what I'm titling this category. Does the box really feel special? Like, does this really, do I look at that and say, yes, this really feels special. This really makes the album special and appreciated in their collection. and we're going to give it 5 points also on that. So we're looking at 20 points altogether for the packaging, so 50 points altogether for the media and the packaging. And then I am throwing in a bonus point, and that would be, are there some other packages available? So of course, each one, you don't just got the big box. There's some other, CD options, record options, stuff like that. So I'm going to give 5 points for a bonus on that. So altogether with the bonus points in there, we're looking at 55 points. So 50 points altogether with an extra 5 points possible for a bonus. Yeah, I kind of was originally thinking on this that I was going to do, as I know, Classic Ono Band and All Things Must Pass do rank in my perspective solo careers of theirs, John Lennon's and George's, do rank as my number one. I was thinking Ram's archive set would make sense because that's my number one Paul McCartney. Well, I didn't quite go that way. I realized that both All Things Must Pass and Classic Ono Band came out in 2021. And I remembered Paul had the last archive collection that's came out in 2020. I kept saying 2021, and that they all seem like they came out together, but then again, that particular year, going into that particular year, it all kind of felt like it was one. So I guess maybe that's why that's on my head like that. But yeah, Flaming Pie did come out, the archive collection, and why not? We'll pick it up and show it here. Did come out in 2020. Let's go through each one real quick here and start out just kind of when they came out. I'm sorry, I've been going through my head how this video is going to turn out. I'm winging it right now. I've got my notes, but just how I'm going to film this, I'm totally winging it. But we're going to start out with just Classic Ono Band itself. This album originally came out in December 11th of 1970, and this particular box came out on April 23rd of 2021. Then we got All Things Must Pass. This originally came out on November 27th of 1970, and the 50th anniversary box set here and all of its packages came out on August 6th of 2021. So there's the next contestant. And then Flaming Pie, the album originally came out on May 5th of 1997, which might happen to be pretty close to the anniversary date of when I'm filming this. If you can't tell by my shirt what day it actually is that I filmed this. But yeah, May the 4th be with you, even though this isn't going to be on May the 4th when you're seeing this. Box set here came out on July 31st of 2020. So there we go. There's kind of the setup there when the albums originally came out, so forth and so on. Now, Flaming Pie did rank pretty high in my Paul McCartney album ranking. Like I said, I was kind of thinking it was my number ones. Flaming Pie, I believe, came in third in my album ranking. So it is, of his 1980s and up, we'll call it, my best album of his. So I guess it does make sense to kind of go head to head with that. Album wise, in terms of when these came out, these two happen to be the first solo non-experimental or live album that came out from John and George. So that kind of throws off Paul's entry in here. I don't have the McCartney Archive Collection, so we can't quite compare it to that one either, as soon as I don't have it. I've got enough material of that, though, that I guess we could almost rank it. I'd want to do the big box set. The albums altogether, though, are, I think, 3 solid albums in their careers. Most people will rank All Things Must Pass as George's best. Probably even out of the solo Beatles, the best overall. Classic Ono Band's going to rank very high amongst most fans in John's ranking. If it's not number 1, it's going to be number 2 in most people's list. Flaming Pie, I think, does come up pretty high in most fans' list on Paul's rankings. So I don't think going head-to-head with the albums is too much trouble there. So let's start out with the media and what you got on this. So let me get the folios out. So we're going to start on each with the album itself. Bear in mind, too, this whole list is going to be subjective to my opinion. So if you don't agree with it, that's great. Leave me a comment. Just let me know nicely what you would rank it at. Don't say I'm completely wrong, anything like that. This is my opinion. This video would be no fun if I had it exactly like your opinion. So, and that's why you want to watch it, because you want to see what my opinion is. So bear in mind that, and also, like I said, bear in mind this is just kind of loosely I'm giving this score on each one. All 3 of these albums ranked pretty damn high, though. So we'll start with Classic Ono Band. Album would come in this disc 1. We'll have the album and the bonus singles that they threw on are on the album there too. I'm not really counting the singles on with that, even though I don't think they're going to hurt the ranking at all. But with Plastic Ono Band, we are going to give the album a 10. I can't see putting it at anything but a 10. Of course, with this, they did remix it, and I think the remix just helped it right along. I don't think the remix was a bad thing at all on this. I think kind of despecterizing it a little, bringing out John's vocals a little more, I think that did nothing but help it. Even, I would still rank the last like remaster of it, not remix, the last remaster, I would still rank as a 10 on this, though. That album is just fantastic. I can't see putting it anywhere else. So All Things Must Pass on this box set is going to be spread across 2 discs for the album. Of course, we got CD 1, there's your track listing there, and CD 2 has got the rest plus the 3rd disc from the original LP set. I'll just show you the 1 disc, just to kind of show. Kind of cool. They're all kind of on Apple labels almost, but there's the Apple label for disc 1 on All Things Must Pass. I guess we'll show you disc 2 quick. There we go. So that is, once again, a remixed album. Once again, a despecterized remixed album. Kind of pulling out a little more of kind of the, I suppose, the despecterized, so you're not getting quite as much of the wall of sound. And again, I don't think the remix is going to do much to affect the album score on this, but once again, All Things Must Pass is getting a 10 on that also. There we go, 10, not 5. I can't give All Things Must Pass any less than a 10. Let's go Flaming Pie next. It's folio, so there wasn't really a folio with All Things Must Pass. And the album, first rate when you fold it out there, is on this disc. This is not a remaster, or a remix. This is a remaster. There's the album there. Again, I don't think the remastering, remixing effect of it's going to affect too much on it. I'm giving the album, though, an 8 on this one. I can't give it a 10, even though I absolutely love the album. I just can't give it a 10. And I can't put it at a 9 either. I think 8 seems appropriate to it. I absolutely love Flaming Pie, though. It's a great album, really fun, and I love this box set, too. So there we go with the album. Now we're on to the audio extras. So, doing Plastic Ono Band first. Let's see, we got 6 CDs altogether, one of which was the album. So we got 5 CDs with the bonus features. Disc 1 features the ultimate mixes and the outtakes. Pretty much the whole album, again, kind of a remix on it with a little more raw studio aspect to it. Then we got the Elements mixes, once again, even going kind of another, so it's the album and the bonus songs, the singles and stuff that were on there too. Disc 4, we got the raw studio mixes, which is just the album, not the bonuses at all. Oh no, the bonuses are in there too, but they're not in order. Read my notes from my last video that I did on this here. And then the Evolution documentary, which is the album only. And then the 5th disc of, even though it's disc 6, the 5th disc of bonuses is the jams and the demos. And I think altogether, I mean, you got a pretty bang for your buck box set with that, especially considering the price on it. And we'll get to the value later, but I can't give the extras on this anything less than a 10. I really can't. I think they just knocked it out of the park for the extras on Plastic Ono Band's Ultimate Collection. So there we go, 10 on Plastic Ono Band again, bringing it up to 20 now, if we're keeping track there. And let's go on to All Things Must Pass. And All Things Must Pass did have some pretty decent bonuses, not quite to the extent of Plastic Ono Band. We did have, so they don't have the folio, we have the disc and the cool sleeves with the gnomes. Disc 1 here of the demos and such, which would be CD 3 in the set, did feature the Day 1 demos. And one thing I got to say on this, I'll show you the disc here. I really loved how the George Harrison Camp did this format, featuring the Day 1 demos. We'll show you the track list here too even. I was listening to this again and really enjoying it. And these demos are really fantastic. It feels like the Easter demos to me in a way. They're almost so perfect, they could almost be put out just like they are, just like a cool acoustic version of the album. I was really amazed listening to this again. So you got the Day 1 demos on disc 3, which would be the first disc of the bonus materials. Disc 4 would be the Day 2 demos, which would be the second disc of the bonus materials. Show you the disc label on that one. Show you the track listing on the back here again on that one. Again, a lot like the Day 1 demos, just a cool acoustic version of some of the songs off the album, plus a few bonuses that you didn't get before. Disc 5 featured the sessions, the Session Outtakes and Jams. This was just a fun disc too. Show you the label on this one again. So it's got the Apple Jam label. It's pretty cool. There is the track listing. So yeah, really only 3 disc versus what, 5 for the Plastic Ono Band. So All Things Must Pass 3 disc bonuses, Plastic Ono Band 5. I still don't think the amount of material is going to affect the score much on this. So once again, All Things Must Pass is staying neck and neck with Plastic Ono Band, with the audio extras getting a 10. An absolute 10 on that. Absolutely enjoyable extras. These are some, especially the day 1 demos and the day 2 demos, are something you could easily go back to and just listen to over and over again. Almost as good as the album. Maybe not quite as good as the album, but right up there. Absolutely fantastic with the audio extras on All Things Must Pass and Plastic Ono Band. Moving on to the other folio here, which would be the Flaming Pie one. And let's show you the back of that there too. Why not? So this one we got to open up to. Oh, and I got all kinds of things here. I got stuff falling out too. Oh yeah, that's right. I got my DVD. I got my one DVD still stuck in my player, I guess. Not stuck, it's just in there. I haven't, just kind of still watching it there. Flaming Pie though is going to be kind of out on 4 disc here for the audio extras. I guess I'm missing a DVD there, so I'll just kind of move on though. But anyways, Flaming Pie has got 5 CDs and 2 DVDs in the set. Let's see, so the album takes up the 1 disc, so the other 4 discs are the bonuses. The first disc is home recordings. I guess I could show you the disc on each one, couldn't I? That's what I've been doing on the others. So disc 1, the home recordings. That one, I felt, made it a little weaker. They weren't as strong as like the day 1 demos, day 2 demos on All Things Must Pass. They were very rough, very raw. That kind of brought it down a little. The next one was in the studio. So this is helping it out a little, but those demos, the home recording, I'm glad that we got them. I will say that. It just wasn't as good a material as what you got in the other ones. So you'll see in the ranking here soon. Next disc up is the Flaming Pies, which this gives you your bonuses like your singles, B-sides, and stuff. They tack that onto the album with Plastic Ono Band. With this one, though, it was its own separate disc there. And then the last CD is this Flaming Pie at the Mill, which is really kind of a audio documentary. So I'm still going to consider that as part of the bonuses here. Yeah, altogether, I would say the bonus audio on Flaming Pie, but I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. The only thing that brought it down was just how rough those home recordings were. Not that I didn't appreciate getting them, but especially when you're comparing it to what you got with All Things Must Pass on the day 1 and day 2 demos, even the sessions and outtakes on Plastic Ono Band, was all pretty much in the studio, so it was a little more polished, and I think that roughness on that did bring that down. So it's still a pretty good ranking, especially for the archive collection. This was one of the best archive collections for audio, and that was another reason why I thought this would be a good one to kind of put up with Plastic Ono Band and All Things Must Pass, because it really was probably the closest in terms of the audio extras that you got with it. And that shows out good because it did get a 9 on the points there, so a 9 out of 10. Pretty good. Album, 8 out of 10. Next, we're on to the book, is the next ranking that we got here. This, we'll start with Plastic Ono Band. That's how we've been going. So that's how we'll keep it going. Plastic Ono Band's got this beautiful, I think it's what, 132 something pages, hardback book. And that's key to this, because I think if you're going to put a book in a big expensive box set like this, it better be hardback like that. So that's getting an absolute 5. Between the material on it and everything, that is getting an absolute 5. So All Things Must Pass has been the next one we've been doing up. So far, All Things Must Pass is batting 1,000 on this. For every point, it's got every point total. All Things Must Pass is about to fall out, because up until the book, it was going perfect. This is the book you get with it. And how many pages is this? It's not that many. 55 or so. And as you can see, it's flopping all around. It's just a softback book. Now, it is pretty good quality. I'm not going to put it down on that. However, as you've heard me say, I'm not much of a reader. This one I've actually read, and it really isn't much. And that's why I've actually read it. When you compare it to what you're getting in the others, it's pretty pathetic on that. And I'm going to give this, it's still good. I'm glad it's there. But this is getting a 3 on that one. So what do we got here? Pulling Flaming Pies out next. And there is Flaming Pies book. Kind of an interesting one. It is, I would call that hardback. So it's going to get pretty good rankings on that in terms of the quality of the book and everything. We got quite a few pages in here, even some little bonuses in there like that. What we got now, the page length isn't really anything that's going to make one big of a difference on it or not. It helps, but 100 and probably 26, 28 pages, something like that. Not too bad. Did I show you the spine, the back here? So nice, decent book. Just going to get right to it. Flaming Pie is also getting a 5 on the book there. So perfect score on the book for Flaming Pie. So up next we got, and this one, I really had a hard time on how I was going to do this, but we got the Blu-ray / DVD video / audio bonuses on each one, because each one did come with that. Plastic Ono Band. I got to switch folios here. So Plastic Ono Band's Blu-ray content came in its own little folio. And yes, it is Blu-ray, and it's in its own folio, so there's 2 Blu-rays altogether, both with different material on it, and they came in their own little sleeve here. So there's Blu-ray 1, Blu-ray 2 with the reverse black and white Apple logo there. This is strictly audio. That's where this is going to falter a little bit here. Me, I'm more of a visual guy when it comes to something like this. I've already got all this audio on the CDs. I don't have the equipment to play this. Now, however I did, I think I'd appreciate it a little more. Probably still not to the extent of what I'd play the CDs at. I'm not going to give Blu-ray audio a very high score, though. One nice thing about this, though, is you do get the Yoko Ono Plastic Ono Band, the live sessions mixes on this. So don't get a CD of that, but at least they're included on there. So you do get Yoko's version of Plastic Ono Band, at least delivered somewhat in this package here. And that's pretty cool, but it's only going to get a 3 on the score for me. So there's finally, Plastic Ono Band falters a little here. So up next we got All Things Must Pass. It's Blu-ray, came out. It was also a Blu-ray, and it's on this disc here in this sleeve. So just kind of the album cover on it. There is the track listing. Once again, it is just audio. So you do got your 5.1, Dolby Atmos, all that type of stuff on this. High res, everything. It kind of is all there, where Plastic Ono Band features all the bonus materials plus additional bonuses that you didn't get on the CDs. This is strictly the album. I did give it a 2. I can't believe I did. I don't know. I think it might be a 1, but it's 2 on my list. I'm going to stick with that. I can't remember my reasonings why I went 2 on it, but it got a 2. And let's move on to Flaming Pie. Anyways, we got 2 DVDs in this, not Blu-rays, DVDs. We do got one more thing too. It kind of could fall into this category. I'll just show you the disc on the one. The other one, like I said, it's in my DVD player right now. So, but there are 2 discs. You get a bunch of different films. So no audio this time, but video. And I really do think in these type of box sets, I'm going to give video a higher rank than I ever am going to give audio. So you got the 2 DVDs. Yeah, DVD 1, you got the In the World Tonight film, which is really nice to get again. You could get that back in the day individually. That's got its own individual DVD that you could have had for years. I've got that in my collection too, but they included it in this, which was nice. And then you got some bonus videos, which was basically the videos, some interviews, some live stuff, so forth and so on, some other little snippets of stuff. So really nice second DVD on that too with all that. I really can't give that, I can't give it a full 5 just because of the fact they didn't go Blu-ray. I don't know if the material would have cleaned up nice enough for Blu-ray either though, so, but I'm going to give it a 4. And that's because there is no audio either for high res and stuff. However, you did get this download card, which did give you the high res audio of the album. I guess maybe that counts, but the fact that you don't got a physical media form of it, I don't know. So that's another reason, between the fact that the video stuff was on DVD, not Blu-ray, and the fact you didn't get any sort of audio features with it to give you 5.1 surround or Dolby Atmos, anything like that. So that is going to bring it down just a little, but it's still going to rank a little better than just audio. So 4 for that. So bringing the total for Flaming Pie, that would be a 26 out of 30. We're pretty close. 28 for Plastic Ono Band, 25 for All Things Must Pass, and 26 for Flaming Pie. So wow, pretty close on that. All right, so moving on to the packaging. Let's see, Plastic Ono Band, we got this nice box. One nice thing with this that I'm going to give it some pretty high marks for is it's been pretty true to what the others have been. Houses just slips in with the book and the folios and stuff. The book and the folios in disc actually come in a folio. That's what I think I'm trying to say. Nice hardback book, all that. So quality, design, I think you already got some points for the book on that. But again, they're going to get it with this here too. Overall, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 on that one. If the archive collection wasn't in here, I think it might get a 5, being that I'm saying quality. But when you look at this box next to the box of the archive collection, plus any other archive collection, the materials are nice, but they're not quite to that level that the archive collection is. So at least in the newer form archive collections, the original ones with just the books, those were a little more floppy in that. I probably wouldn't give them quite as high of a quality score, but Flaming Pies definitely gets it. I'm thinking even as back as Flowers in the Dirt, stuff like that. Those all get pretty good quality. Just the materials and everything feel so nice on it. So let's see here. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Like I said, I'm kind of winging it. See, All Things Must Pass came in this box like this. Lift off lid, so forth and so on. Nice little ribbon. I really like what they did with the colors and stuff on the inside. Would have been nice if this was attached though, I do gotta say. I do like it's got the gold foil on the spines here. However, the gold foil on one of my spines, that one's the good one. That one though, some of it's rubbing off. I think it came like that in the shrink wrap. I don't think that happened with me. That's just how it came. And they didn't go with the folio, they just went with the little sleeves for the disc. But however, I think that gives it kind of some of the charm for the album. You just pull those out, so forth and so on, with the ribbon here. I think design-wise, it's really nice, considering I just wish that it would have had the connected top to it instead of just the lift-off top. Quality-wise, it's pretty thin paper. I don't know if this is going to hold up quite as well over the years. In my collection, it's going to stay pretty good, but in some people moving around a little more, stuff like that, it might get a little more banged up. And this cardboard's going to bang up a lot more than this cardboard is, or the archive collection one is. So it might not look as good, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. So quality, I can't really give it too much. So I'm going to say the design quality on it is, design/quality is a 3. Packaging for the Flaming Pie one, as I've been kind of saying, this feels super premium. They always got kind of this cloth cover, even the books like I was talking about earlier in the archives collection series did. One thing I was mentioning, I got nothing to compare the George Harrison one to, but John Lennon one, it's been very consistent with the Imagine box, the Give Me Some Truth compilation, Super Deluxe box. Very consistent size and dimensions. Flaming Pie, the archive collection, has been all over the place with the different archive collections. This is probably one of the thicker boxes of it. Again, a lot of them have been the slip out the side, where this one's got the little magnet with the cover coming up here. But there's been other ones kind of similar to this too. I think the Ram one kind of opens up like this too, similar. So they've always got the cloth, which really makes it feel premium for some reason. And I think that's really nice. Another thing, they got the numbered series. I don't know if that's really in this too, but that's just nice. You got kind of a numberedness to it, a numberedness. Yeah, I really like this packaging. Several of the archive collections, I've really thought the box was just out of this world for a box set. Part of the reason why the price is probably so high on them too, though. But I can't give the archive collection Flaming Pie one less than a 5 on that, just based on that. Moving on, we got the extras, bits and bobs, as I called it. With plastic Ono Band, you got a poster, fold it out here. So a nice size poster. And you got a couple of postcards. There we go. I guess that's about the extent of the bits and bobs with plastic Ono Band, so not a lot. Is it something that's really needed in all these box sets? No, not really. But I am going to give it at least 5 points for it, and plastic Ono Band's going to come up with a 2 on that. So, sorry, plastic Ono Band. All Things Must Pass, the bits and bobs. Trying to get them here. I'm all over the place. Again, you get a poster. Large poster, but not quite as large as the plastic Ono Band one. So there we go. I really struggled with this because that really was the only kind of bits and bobs with it, but not really. I feel like, yeah, it doesn't come with folios like the Flaming Pie and plastic Ono Band, but I feel like the attention to detail they did on these sleeves, giving each one their own little gnome, the Apple Jam coming up here, and then the DVD Blu-ray got the album cover. I feel like these sleeves are kind of part of the bits and bobs, the ribbon, the, so forth and so on. We're kind of going back to the design packaging here. I feel like that's enough to give it at least a 2 is what I ranked it. Yeah, a 2. Had a hard time giving any of these a 1. You know what I mean? I had to find some sort of reason why I give it a 2. I really don't feel like what's there is much more than what Plastic Ono Band is at, though. So I feel like it's worthy getting a 2 also with Plastic Ono Band. Now, Flaming Pie, on the other hand, in the archive box here. Oh boy, bits and bobs. That's what we got here. I'm not going to pull everything out. I'm going to do a proper what's in the box, but you do got all kinds of like handwritten lyrics and stuff in this folio here. You got another folio here, and you've got just more photos, the little Flaming Pie plectrum, guitar pick. I guess this could be kind of considered a book too, but you got this book and it's got photos and stuff all in this book too, and different kind of notes on the everything. I would consider this more a bits and a bob than a book. You definitely got bits and bobs with a Flaming Pie archive collection one, or any archive collection. This gets a 5. I mean, no doubt about it. Archive collections getting a 5 here. Anyways, up next we got value. This is where we're going to flip-flop again. So Plastic Ono Band, I think the CD sets in particular, the vinyl sets have not been priced very well, but we're only looking at the big Super Deluxe CD set on these. The CD sets have been very well priced. I believe this came out at $135. That's what it's selling for right now, and I do believe that is what it was selling for when it initially came out. And that is a heck of a deal, considering, considering that this came out at $150, so $15 more. Let's see. Nice hardback book, much thicker, nicer cardboard on the box versus this kind of floppier box, softback book, much smaller in dimensions. Does it fit nicer on your shelf? Yes, but I don't know if it feels like $150 worth of that versus $135 on that. Where the justification came in on that, I still don't know. I do know a lot of people did get it a lot cheaper, even on day of. I guess there's that. I unfortunately bought it at full price, so I'm a little bitter. But anyways, All Things Must Pass is going to get a 2 on value. I think the media really pushed up the point value on that, because the box itself really, it doesn't feel like that much value to it. But the media really pushed up that score there, at least gave it a point. So with the bonuses and that you get in there. So there we go on that. The Flaming Pie one, however, now, I can't remember the exact price of these when they came out, but I know it was in near the $200 mark. I think I got it after it had been out for almost about a year. I found it on sale for maybe around $150. So again, it was about as much as my All Things Must Pass. This definitely feels like it's got more value than that. But if you were buying it at not the sale price, but when it first came out, I want to say it was like $220. I guess I didn't really research to find where it was at, but it was expensive. I remember it was very expensive. Flaming Pie, though, I am going to give a 3 in value on that. I went a little harsh on that one for everybody, but everybody got about the same harshness on that. So aside from Plastic Ono Band, that one got a 5. So did I say that with that? I can't even remember. I hope so. All right, we'll edit that out if I did. All right. Up next is, does it feel special? Well, this is kind of bringing just everything into it, the design, the quality, the everything. And yes, this one does feel real special. And I gave that a 5. I really did. Because it does feel special. All Things Must Pass, believe it or not, I gave a 4 to. I think if I was looking at this without looking at the other boxes, I really feel like it does feel special. When you open it up, you got that orange inside with everything, the little purple ribbon to pull everything out. The orange underneath, when you do get everything out, it does feel special. I know I'm kind of on the price on that, and I feel like I've been a little harsh on this one, but it does feel special if I'm not looking at it compared to those. So that's why I'm giving it a 4. Flaming Pie, does it feel special? Oh, heck yes. I mean, when you feel this, the cloth, and then you got the gloss here, and just looking at all the little details on it, an archive collection does feel special. Even the original ones, I kind of feel special. Yeah, that's got a 5 also. Overall, then, with the packaging, we got Plastic Ono Band with a 16 out of 20. We got All Things Must Pass coming in with an 11 out of 20. We've got Flaming Pie coming in with a whopping 18 out of 20. So Flaming Pie really came back on that with its packaging just being that much more, even though the value did drive it down just a little, but overall it's really scoring well just based on the packaging. So that brings us to our grand totals on each one. Plastic Ono Band is finishing with a 44 out of 50. Let's see, All Things Must Pass is finishing with a 36 out of 50. And Flaming Pie is tied with Plastic Ono Band at 44 out of 50. That brings us to our bonus. The bonus is other packages that were available. Plastic Ono Band, you could get, there was a 2 CD set, a 1 CD set, a 2 LP set, which was a half-speed master on that. Plus there was that standalone book that you got that was kind of part of the package. You did get several kind of bonuses there. I gave that a 3 out of 5 based on that. It got 3 bonus points, bringing it up to 47 points altogether. 47 out of 55 with the bonuses. So Plastic Ono Band, All Things Must Pass, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong note that time, not thinking of the album cover. All Things Must Pass, I think, was the king of available packages for this 50th anniversary deluxe set. You could get the set that we looked at here, which was the 5 CD plus the Blu-ray, or you could get a 3 CD set, and there were 2 versions of that because there was a Target exclusive that had a little more bits and bobs in it. I would have counted those bits and bobs, I guess. And then there was a 2 CD set that was just the album. The LPs, we had several options. We had an 8 LP version, Super Deluxe, so that got you pretty much all the bonus material and everything there. That, I believe, had a hardback book with that one too, so that one was probably a pretty nice package. Unfortunately, I never got it. There was a 5 LP Deluxe set, got kind of a truncated version of the special features on that. And then there was also just 2 3 LP sets, so that would be just the standard album plus the Apple Jams there. And there was a standard black version and a limited edition splatter vinyl version. And then there was also a package that featured, you got the 8 LP, 5 CD, 1 Blu-ray, Uber Deluxe box set. It was a $1,000 box set, literally came in a wooden crate. I could be sitting on that wooden crate to film this. It was that big of a box. There's pictures of Donnie sitting on it, so and I'm sure other people that own it probably could film a video of sitting on it too. I would say that All Things Must Pass is the king of options on what package you wanted to get. So you definitely had several routes you could go. If you didn't feel that the $150 for this one was worth it, 8 LP version would have been an awfully nice version. I couldn't afford that though. I know that went really cheap though too, overall. I know several people, I believe Beatles Tone got a really good deal on that one. Obviously All Things Must Pass is getting a 5 out of 5 on this. So where are we at? Plastic Ono Band's got 47. So All Things Must Pass is finishing with a 41. So it really came up there thanks to that bonus there. Flaming Pie though. So Flaming Pie you could get the big set that we showed here. And there was also a 2 CD version, there we go. And then there was a 3 LP and a 2 LP version. So 2 different LP packages like that that you could get, or you could get kind of its Uber box, basically a box even bigger than this one. It looked kind of similar, but it had 4 CDs, 2 DVDs, and 3 LPs. I think I write this down wrong every time because I think that they missed at the mill in there. So it should be 5 CDs, 2 DVDs, 3 LPs, limited edition huge box set. So you did get some options. However, that huge box set, yeah, the Uber one is crazy expensive and everything. It would be, I would almost put those kind of similar because you do get the LPs and the CDs all together, full bonuses on each. I don't know, I just feel like that really isn't going to help its bonus points on that one. I don't think a lot of people got that. The Uber one was special enough that people wanted it. The Flaming Pie one, I saw people that got it, but not to the degree of what people wanted that Uber box set. So that one I don't think is going to help its bonus points here on this, but I'm going to give it a 5 or a 3 out of 5 for the bonus points there. So our winner is a tie. Flaming Pie and Plastic Ono Band. So the Archive Collection versus the Ultimate Collection, Ultimate Mix Collection, tied 47 out of 47 when he added in the bonus points. And they were tied even before the bonus points. So that's pretty cool. I'm really happy with that outcome on that. Like I said, the material in that, it really kind of is up and down on that. The packaging on the Archive one is just top notch. And that really is what put the Archive right up there. The Ultimate Mix, though, I absolutely love it. I love the fact that I I definitely got to save up some money for it, but it doesn't feel like as big of a stretch as the archive ones when they come out do. Please, Paul, though, get some more archive ones out. I want to save up that money to get it. So I feel like there's still some albums to get. Anyways, this feels like it went on for a while. It's going to be a fun edit. I hope it makes sense when it all comes together, because I'm looking down at what I got here. I've got a mess. I got 3 box sets all spread out all over the place, plus all these notes going everywhere. This was a fun one. I hope I hit every point. I hope that we did well on this. Do I tell you what we're doing next? I don't know. Actually, no. Let's, in the comments, you guess what's coming next. So, yeah, the next upcoming one, for sure we're going to do Imagine, but what is going to be pitted up against? I'm only doing one, as George Harrison doesn't have anything, Ringo doesn't have anything to really compare it to, so it's only going to be John versus Paul. So we know it's going to be the Archive Collection. I want you in the comments, play along, guess what is going to be up next on that. So that will be next Saturday, believe it or not. I'm shooting for next Saturday on this. I will keep you posted if it doesn't happen. I think it will, though. I think I'm well on the way to figuring it out. But guess which Archive Collection is going to go up against it. I was trying to keep everything match for match, so did it come out the same year? Did the album come out the same year? So forth and so on. See if you can figure it out. I kind of gave you a pretty good hint with that. See if you can figure it out. It's going to be, I tried to keep this as apples to apples as it could be. This is going to be a little more apples to oranges when it comes to some stuff, but see if you can figure it out. But we do got another Ultimate Mix Collection versus Archive Collection coming up next Saturday. And it will be Imagine versus you figure it out, but you'll see next Saturday if you don't. All right. Anyways, I'm going to get wrapping up totally. Before I do, I want to thank all my subscribers, and thanks to any new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And do hit the notification bell so you know when I got new videos coming out, like that next head-to-head comparison, Archive versus Ultimate Mix. And also, please give the video a like I said, if you've stuck around to this point, especially on this video, because I know this is going to be long, please give it a like. It really does help out the channel. And do leave a comment. I love having a discussion with everybody. Let me know your thoughts on this. Like I said at the beginning, this is my opinion. You might have a different opinion. That's great. I want to hear what your opinion is, but don't tell me mine's wrong. Mine's right for me. So let's go with it at that. All right. But I am going to get wrapping up totally and signing out. And wow, I am on this was a fun video to make. Let's put it that way. It was long. It was tedious. The edit's going to be long and tedious, but I had fun doing it. So there we go. And I hope you guys have fun watching it. But I am going to get signing out. I am Beatle Dustino signing out. Woo! And now I got to clean this all up.